you planning or thinking to homeschool your kids too? Hi! Thank you again for visiting our channel. I am Mommy Kai. This is Sowan and this is Ishawn. I'm currently homeschooling both of them. So today, I'd like to share with you 7 things that you need to understand clearly in deciding to homeschool your kids. Number 1, what is homeschooling? First things first, alam natin na ang educational achievement, parte ng buhay na talaga to sa mundong ito. Kaya nga pinag-aaral tayo ng ating mga magulang from kinder to high school to college at ang iba pa nga nagma-masters and nag-doctorate. So yung goal is makatapos ng pag-aaral. At para makatapos ng pag-aaral, sa nakasanayan natin, ina-enroll tayo ng ating mga magulang sa traditional school, and this school could be public or private. Homeschooling is another path or another route that families can choose to take para makatapos or makagraduate from kinder level to high school usually. Homeschooling's simplest definition is parent-led, home-based education. So, unahin natin yung home-based. Just for comparison, sa regular school or sa the traditional school, the learning usually takes place for the most part in the premise of the school. Kaya nga, we are sending our kids to school from usually Mondays to Fridays. With the homeschooling naman, the learning takes place for the most part sa bahay. So, hindi na pumupunta ng mga bata to school just like the traditional school. So, let's talk about parent-led. So, sa traditional or sa regular school, the primary teachers or tagapagturo ay yung mga teachers na in-employ ng particular school to teach the kids. With the homeschool naman, the primary instructor or the primary educator, the main teacher of the kids are the parents or some are guardians. So for example, nagtuturo yung mga teachers sa school, tinatrack yung progress, ginigradean yung mga bata. So same din yung gagawin ng parents na nag-homeschool. Number 2, is homeschooling legal in the Philippines? 100% yes. So number 3, what is homeschool provider? Any institution that provides homeschool service or program for families who wants to do homeschool. Some of the homeschool providers that I know are also private schools. So they offer traditional schooling and at the same time, they also offer homeschooling program for families who wants to go that path. Number 4, what is homeschool program? Homeschool program is apparently being offered by homeschool provider. So this includes a homeschooling curriculum and an overall, say, method or system that parents can follow in homeschooling their kids. Sa traditional school, all these curriculum, hindi na natin pinoproblema yun as parents kasi school takes care of all of those. But when you homeschool your kids, it's a different story. Kaya, yung mga homeschool provider, they can offer a program that parents can make use of in teaching their kids. So, a homeschool provider can offer or provide a box type or an open curriculum program. So, ano ibig sabihin nun? Pag open curriculum, the parents have the freedom to customize, to personalize, to mix and match the things that they'll use in teaching their kids. They can do a different approach. Sa box type naman, everything has been set already by the providers, like having everything that you and your child needs for that particular school year. Ipa-follow mo na lang. But just one thing to note though, whether it's a box type or an open curriculum, end of the day, those curriculum should meet the minimum learning goals or competencies that DEPED require for the corresponding year level. Number 5, learner's reference number. So back in 2012, there was a DEPED order that every learner kinder to grade 12 must have a unique 12-digit and permanent learner reference number. So para siyang ID number na naka-attach or naka-incorporate lahat doon yung educational records and progress ng mga anak natin. Now, in the current DepEd curriculum that we have, which is K-12, LRN or Learner Reference Number is only required from kinder to grade 12. So, if you enroll your kids sa isang traditional school, the school would be the one to issue the LRN. But, if you homeschool and you enroll your kids in a homeschool provider, the LRN would be issued by the homeschool provider. Apparently, yung pag-issue ng LRN, ito yung isa sa mga main role talaga ng homeschool provider kasi sila na yung bahalang mag-facilitate ng issuance ng LRN sa ating mga anak. Only homeschool provider that are DepEd accredited can issue LRN to the kids enrolled with them. In connection to this then, if you're homeschooling your kids na not within the K-12, for example, you're homeschooling your 3-year-old, 4-year-old, it's not necessary na enroll sila sa isang homeschool provider since hindi pa naman required ang LRN sa ganoong level. So, yung enrollment din dito, katulad ng traditional school, yearly din. For example, si Sowan, enroll ko siya sa kinder last year, and then for this coming school year, I will again enroll him in a homeschool provider for the grade 1 level naman. Number 6, online learning versus homeschooling. So may nagtatanong minsan, homeschooling ka na rin ba if you're enrolled in a traditional school pero dahil sa situation natin ngayon, you are home-based and the learning is online or virtual? Well, it's not the same with homeschooling. As mentioned earlier, with homeschooling, the primary teachers are still the parents, but for the online learning, the primary instructors are still the teachers from that school kung saan naka-enroll yung bata. Number 7, independent homeschooling. So, independent homeschooling means you're not going to enroll in a DepEd accredited homeschool provider. Which means you could be enrolling in a non-DepEd accredited homeschool provider, or you will not enroll your kids to any homeschool provider at all. Pero nag-homeschool pa rin kayo year after year. In this case, even the child finishes every year level, walang LRN na na-issue. So the educational credentials of the child will also not be in the DepEd system. Para makakuha ng LRN and get validated on the educational completion or achievements of the kid, kailangan mag-take ng PEPT or Philippine Educational Placement Test. So basically, PEPT is designed to obtain LRN and facilitate re-entry of the child sa mainstream schooling. For example, magka-college, of course, hahanapan ka ng DepEd records, educational credentials. And also, should the parent decide to enroll in a homeschool provider or in a traditional school, LRN is needed. So that's the 7 things that we need to understand first in our plan to homeschool our children. Watch out for the next episode of our video. So follow us on Facebook and don't forget to like and subscribe our page and share it to anyone that you know might need it. Thank you so much. Bye.